Good morning. How so many things have changed. Welcome to my channel. My name is Camille. I am a second-year medical student. I've made it thus far. So school is school. If one thing is for sure, school's gonna keep going. I had a death in the family and luckily my dean let me miss some labs and miss some mandatory things. So that was rough because I had to see a patient that Monday, 2 exams on that Tuesday. Wednesday we had a free day, but other people had to see their patients on that day that I saw on Monday. Thursday I had a practical that I had to go in and get recorded, make sure that was for osteopathic treatments. And then Friday we had 3 exams, respiratory, renal, and cardio. So between all of those, I've just been going and going and going and going. I went for the funeral, came back within like 36 hours. And aside from that, like, you just gotta realize how important life is because medicine doesn't stop for you. And I was watching the video of, I wanna say her name is Kenza. I'll post it right here. It's crazy to think about how much you have to give up and how much you have to sacrifice for medicine. Like, I would have loved to be able to be home and like console my family members and stuff like that, but I couldn't. Between them not having direct flights and me like having to stay over in random cities, it just is difficult sometimes to, I'm not even practicing. Like, I'm not even practicing, I'm just in medical school. And it's insane, the sacrifice and all the things that you have to do. I am eating some fruit because if I went to the doctor, they would say eat some good nourishing stuff. I also have my green tea. So yeah, we're just kicking it out. So I want to show you guys what I've been doing because it's very different than last year as well as the beginning of this year. I'm kind of off of Anki. I only do Anki to do Zonky. And if you don't know what Zonky is, it's just like this huge deck of cards. And honestly, it's not even just Zonky. It's huge decks of cards that I've found through Reddit and stuff like that of high yield information. Basically everything you've learned first and second year. Stuff we haven't even learned because our second semester has like pro, derm, endocrine, things like that. But like, we know the gist of a lot of this stuff. And so I've just been going over that, and that's the only reason I go on Anki. That's the only reason. I want to actually understand what, you know, what has been happening. So like for acids and base, which was one of the topics that was on the exam, the past exam, it was just like, I can't do Anki cards on that. Like, I have to actually see pH, see PCO2, like I have to see the bicarb, I have to do the equations and all that stuff. So I couldn't really do Anki cards for that. So I'm kind of like getting farther and farther away from Anki except for this Zonky review because it's like you gotta pull from like random parts of your brain, remember enzymes, remember like what is this step, what is this gene mutation. It's great, love it. So yeah, I want to show you what I've been doing for this block. I just started this block. We've gone over like what, 12 14 lectures, I don't even know, I stopped counting, but I want to show you what I've been doing. Let me get this up. We'll show you renal. So basically I have all of the lectures here. Say I want to just click on a random lecture, it'll take me to the diseases of renal vasculature, and I just go in and kind of like annotate what the teacher is saying, like, is this benign nephrosclerosis really bad? And technically, if it's not too far, it's uncomplicated and it's unlikely to cause renal insufficiency. So this is how I'm putting in my information. Like, if there's a star, that means there's a photo here. So this is one of the gross photos. And then we have histological, and then I go to tutoring sessions that my school has. If a patient comes in with bilateral, I think this is renal stenosis. Yeah, it's renal stenosis. Tutor was like, oh, maybe there'll be like a history of AFib, some past catheterization, which I didn't even spell right, but you know, this is just my brief, you know, quick notes. You might be like, why are these pictures so small? It's because I know exactly what they are because I've gone through, I wrote these in lecture, then I would come back, watch lecture again, include all of the pictures because for some reason only my desktop is allowing me to put pictures on my Google Docs. I don't know what that's about. And then I go in a third time, and this is to make edits, to include what the tutor said. Might be high yield, to put a little more context. So yeah, that's literally what I've been doing. So basically I can finish every single lecture because we have 4 lectures today. We usually have 4 lectures. Tomorrow we have 5, actually 6. But I usually can finish it by 1 o'clock. if I stay home and do this stuff. I have some stuff coming for my Christmas tree. Do you guys love it? Do you love it? I need the light that goes on the top, and I need this bottom mechanism. I have a log in my fireplace and I'm so hyped. And I feel like I've been ranting, so yeah, let's get into studying.
Told you not to worry, but maybe that's a lie. Honey, what's your hurry? Won't you stay inside?
Okay, everybody, how are we doing? I am not doing what they're supposed to do. I just decided to blow out my hair, so don't mind me touching my hair, when what I actually should be doing is studying for my exam, packing for a trip tomorrow, and getting ready to complete practical tomorrow on an actual SPE, standardized patient. I'm gonna walk in the room and they're gonna either give me cardiopulmonary, and I need to be able to do both exams and then do the documentation afterwards. So right now we're gonna go into my room and get the alien out. If you guys remember and have watched my videos, I have an alien. The school gifted everyone who lived alone an alien to practice. And even though I didn't live alone last year, I got an alien because why not? It's great to be able to have some type of semi-looking human thing to practice on. So let's go do it. So now we are gonna go over what I was doing and see if I did it. So I asked the patient how they were doing to check for presence of distress. I examined their nails. I got their radial pulse bilaterally, evaluated the pulse I could either do toralis pedis or posterior tibial bilaterally, checked for pitting edema. They want us to actually hold it for a few seconds and then release it. I checked for JVD. I did not auscultate the carotids. So they turn their head, hold their breath. Turn their head, hold their breath. Okay, I cannot forget that. So I need to go back and do this whole thing again. Because I missed the lungs, I missed carotid, and the structural exam. Okay, it's literally such a nice day out. My car is telling me it's 65, but I don't think it's 65. I think it's warmer. The sun is definitely making it warmer. I just went to my little Target. The deed is done. I'm so excited for this. I texted my friend, I was like, yeah, I kind of went crazy and bought like probably one of the most expensive, ooh, that sounds good, a sandwich. But I have literally 20 minutes to make it to where I volunteer. But I think I'm gonna go pick up a coffee. I was able to finish a bunch of the lectures that I hadn't finished. I'm still 3 deep from yesterday and 3 deep from today. But that's okay, because like, we moving and shaking. Like, I actually feel invigorated. Sometimes I just always need to put something on my schedule that makes me like look forward to something, because it keeps me on top of my work, keeps me on my game, and it forces me to not traditionally study, which is like sitting at a computer with, you know, my head in the game. Like, sometimes I might be on an airplane, sometimes I might be driving, I have to listen to a podcast, sometimes I need to like use my phone and just be more flexible. And I love that about the first 2 didactic years of school. Like, you can be very flexible with where you take your exam, especially because my exams are online. I don't even know how people did it like 50 years ago when they had to go in class, take their exam with pencil, paper, not multiple choice, but long answer. Like, shout out to them. Anyways, let me go get my coffee and I'll see you guys later. I think we need an iced coffee because it's so nice today. We got the goods.